Hey, it's Owen from Happy, and today we're going to take a look at what happens when an audio company that also innovates in aircraft technology builds a vibrato and drive pedal. Here we've got the Riptide from Eventide. Eventide was founded in 1971 in the basement of the New York Sound Exchange recording studio, purely out of necessity. They needed to rewind their Ampex tape machine to precise positions and didn't have the space, or probably the budget, for a tape operator. So they developed their own locator system, and the Eventide Clockworks company sprang into life. It's cool that these weren't a bunch of business guys making profit-driven decisions, but rather audio engineers working in their field, building something out of necessity. And around that, an organic company bloomed. Co-founder Richard Factor used his job in military manufacture to source faulty, primitive IC chips to build an early pitch shifter. And from here, kept up with IC technology, scrounging and utilising whatever was available to build new units, ending up with the likes of the instant phaser, digital delays, and eventually the most famous piece, the H910 Harmonizer. The company continued innovating, shortening the name to just Eventide, coming up with the Argus, their groundbreaking aviation mapping devices, and is now a world leader in voice logging tech, supplying again to the aviation industry, plus public safety, including 911 calls. Anyway, whilst Eventide are making incredible non-musical products, they're fortunately still working the audio realm. And here we have the stereo, Riptide, vibrato, chorus, and drive unit. A piece that I'm pretty sure is part of their recent .9 series, or at least that's what the circuit board says. It's a digital microprocessor-based effects unit with an emulation of the classic Shinai Univibe running into a drive unit, the order of which is switchable. It's got access to 5 presets which you can save over, or you can straight up tweak the knobs on this thing and adjust the amount of vibrato, the speed, and the intensity, plus the drive amount, the tone, and the level, both sections being independently switchable. Hitting the LED up the top right will switch the pedal order from vibrato up first to drive, and hitting the LEDs above each clickless switch will change the voicings of each effect. On the vibrato, green is the trad Univibe, whilst red is a deeper phaser unit. And with the drive, green is a dynamic mid-range crush, and red is a smoother boosted number. The Riptide can be fed mono or stereo signals to work with, selectable by a switch on the rear, and has 2 outputs. So they will be feeding in a mono guitar signal and seeing what comes out that pair. You can also switch between guitar and line level for effects loops, or probably easy reamping. The box will take an expression pedal, and you can fool around with the USB if you love MIDI and software updates. There's also a deep world of system settings you can fool around with. I'm going to avoid those today and use this thing as it comes straight out of the box. Taking a look inside this unit, you can see it's powered by a Renesas microprocessor, which has very obviously been programmed by someone with a good ear for these sounds. Unfortunately, looking inside modern digital units is never as exciting as the componentry of older boxes. Today, I'm going to have Radi playing guitar over a beat, and I'll tweak the box on the fly. I'm going to start out moving between the presets and then switch over to what they call performance mode to take full control of the parameters in this thing. Put on some headphones if you want to hear the stereo unit properly in action. And there we have it, the Eventide Riptide, a Shinai Univibe with a drive unit built in. A box that can easily cycle between vintage and modern tone with the ease and reliability of modern componentry and digital switching. It's always interesting to see what a company that has existed in the realms of innovation can do with products that hark back to older units. The Riptide has two jobs to do, and it does them both well, and with ease, so you can focus on playing and music making. The Eventide Riptide retails for $498 Australian and is available at all places you'd buy quality audio equipment. Catch you next time for more stuff.